Meet Uncle Finn. Uncle Finn has a problem. A massive problem. C. The ocean government owes a lot of sardines to a lot of creatures. 37 trillion sardines, to be exact. That's more sardines than all the fish in the reef. More sardines than stars. In the sea sky, more sardines than you'll ever eat in a lifetime. This is called the U.S. national debt. Here's how it works. Every year, Uncle Finn collects sardines from hardworking fish across the ocean. That's called taxes. In return, the ocean government uses those sardines to build coral roads, fund sea patrols, pay sea doctors. Not those. But you get the idea. The point of taxes is to support reef infrastructure and services. But here's the issue. Uncle Finn always spends more sardines than he collects. And he's not alone. Every reef leader before him did the same. That's called a budget deficit, when the sardines coming in aren't enough to cover the sardines going out. So what does Uncle Finn do? He borrows sardines, a lot of them, and promises to pay them back. Someday, but someday never seems to swim around. Who loans sardines to Uncle Finn? Well, sometimes it's other creatures in the reef investment dolphins, retired turtles, even Grandma Clam's savings fund. They buy things called Treasury bonds, basically IOUs from Uncle Finn that say, lend me your sardines now, and I'll pay you back later, with a few extra sardines. But it's not just the local reef. Foreign oceans also lend sardines. The Panda Reef, the Bear Fjords, the European seagrass banks. They used to lend trillions of sardines because Uncle Finn seemed reliable, safe, stable. But lately, the pile of IOUs has gotten taller, faster, scarier. So why does the debt keep growing? Well, borrowing sardines isn't always bad. Borrow to build something big, like a kelp train or a seahorse hospital. But when you keep borrowing for years, you pay something extra. Interest. That's right. The longer Uncle Finn delays paying back those sardines, the more sardines he has to pay just in interest. Billions of sardines every year just to cover the interest, not the debt itself. It's like a sardine snowball rolling down a coral hill, getting bigger and bigger every year. Harder to stop, harder to ignore. But wait, it gets weirder. Some of those IOUs aren't bought by regular reef creatures. They're bought by Fed fish, also known as the Federal Reserve. The Fed isn't really part of the ocean government, but it's not totally separate either. It's like mysterious octopus that can create sardines out of nothing, digitally, instantly. When the Fed buys Uncle Finn's IOUs, it basically prints new sardines digitally to help him keep spending. Some say this keeps the reef stable. Others say it just enables out-of-control spending. But that's just at home. What if the foreign oceans lose trust? What if the Panda Reef says, "Hey, Uncle Finn, we want all our sardines back"? Now, let's just say sardines would hit the fan. And what about you, little sardine? You might say, "I don't care. I'm broke anyway." But here's why it matters. When the debt grows too big, Kelfin has fewer sardines to invest in the reef, less money for coral schools, jellyfish, highways, electricity, sea hospitals. That means higher taxes, worse services, or both. It also means your sardines, US dollars, could become weaker. If investors stop trusting Uncle Finn, they'll demand more sardines for the same stuff, which means the sardines in your bank account. They'll buy less. That's called inflation. But that's a topic for another episode, and it doesn't stop there. High debt equals low trust equals slow. Investment equals a sinking economy, which means fewer jobs, lower wages, and a whole reef of problems. So, what can Uncle Finn do? He could spend less. But cutting funding means angry reef citizens yelling outside the sea house. He could raise taxes, but no one likes giving up more sardines. He could try to grow the economy, more businesses, more jobs, more taxes. But growth takes time and debt. Debt doesn't wait. In reality, most of what Uncle Finn has done lately is just borrow more dot, and most sardines just shrug it off like it's nothing. But one day, the reef will have to make hard choices, or the debt will make them for us. The debt crisis isn't just a scary number. It's a sign the reef is living way beyond its means, borrowing like there's no tomorrow, but tomorrow always comes. And when it does, who's going to pay the bill? So next time you hear that Uncle Finn is printing sardines, raising the debt, sealing, or borrowing from the Panda Reef, just remember that $9 smoothie might cost $12 next year. And now you know why.